Hey guys, welcome back to the Thirdeye Chakra Chat video, where we're going to be talking about your third eye and how we can clean, clear, and balance that for you. Now, what does that do? That allows intuition to come in. So, don't we want a little guidance and a little intuition to help us make some good choices, guide us to the things that we want? Don't we want some extra help from the powers that be that created this universe to help us get the things that we want and to live the life that we want, to be happy, to find the success, the health, the prosperity, the career, the man or woman that you're looking for, whatever. But if we don't allow this to get in, or we don't trust it, we tend to be a little bit, our lives kind of become a little bit more difficult. So I don't know if you're experiencing any difficulty in your life. Sometimes I do. And I just want to share with you that if you can allow your intuition to start coming in, it's kind of like this relationship that you build with your intuition. And if you can allow your third eye to be open and intuition to come in, it is amazing the things that start to shift in your life. So let's not waste any more time telling you about what we're going to talk about, but we're going to start building your relationship today with your intuition. Are you ready? All right, I'm ready, because this is incredible stuff. Okay, so the third eye chakra is represented by the color indigo, or a bluish color. The element is light. The location is right there between your eyebrows. The objective for this is responsible for psychic abilities such as intuition, as well as your sense of purpose in life, and self-reflection, visualization, discernment, and trusting your own intuition. So all of these things get wrapped in building your relationship with those higher powers. And really, that relationship is with you, because there's this physical part of you and there's this spiritual version of you. So you can call that spiritual version of you anything you want. I don't care what you name your intuition, but it is that higher energy. It's your higher self, it's a higher power, it's universal source energy, it's God, it's whatever. It's the thing that connects us all, but it's an energy. And so far during Chakra Chat and with the Malabi Marathon that we've been doing, we are learning to use our minds to work with that energy, right? So it deals with insight, and it's blocked by illusion, by things that we think are happening that aren't really happening, or things that aren't really. And it is balanced by connection. Connection to others, connection to this planet, connection to all things. All right, this is the same picture. You guys should be used to this picture by now. This is your third eye coming in through the front here, and it's bringing in that information, and if it's clean and clear, it is putting your powers back out into the universe to then be recycled around, to be re-experienced. And if it's not clean, clear, or if it's blocked, put stuff back out into the universe that you experienced that isn't really what you want to experience. So that's why it's so important to clean up our own energy and to take the time to do that. So a balanced third eye means that your intuition is your constant guide. That you are saying, hey, where's my keys? And you get this little bing. Oh yeah, that's right, I wore my black jacket yesterday to work. They're in there. So I used to use that all the time when I worked in retail. I'm like, where does this go? And we were like taking all the take backs. Where does this go? And I would start walking in the general direction, and I would walk too far, and I would just get this kind of tap on my shoulder that's like, nope. And I would turn around, and it was like right there. It was crazy, but I would use it all the time. So the more you use it, the more powerful it becomes. It's like a muscle in your body. If you sit on the couch, your muscles atrophy. They're not very strong. They're not very big. But the more you use them, the stronger they get, right? So that's what we're going to be doing. You have a strong sense of self, where you are physically and where your spirit begins. And it's kind of this merge of spiritual and physical, but there's a difference between the two, but they're in this kind of interrelationship with each other. You listen and follow your guides. So when you're wanting a solution to a problem, when you're wanting to see some different choices, when you're trying to make a decision, you get this information, this download, however you get it, through any psychic abilities, whether it's clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance. There's several of them, but you get this information. Like for me, sometimes it's clairaudience, which is like someone's just said something to me. I look around, I'm like, what just happened? I'll tell you a story in a second about that. But most of the time it's sentience, where it's just a feeling that I've gone too far when I'm, walking in the store trying to find that thing. And I just turn around and there it is. And then sometimes it's a voice. And so you will get, yours may be different. It just depends on you. I will tell you a story though. We were at a hotel that has the big giant water park in it. And I was up with both my boys, my youngest and my oldest, and we were up in the big play park. And of course there's water spraying all over the place, and we're climbing up through this maze to get to the top of these slides. And we're gonna go down the slides. And I had ducked down to go under one of the little crawling overpasses. And immediately I hear this voice that says, "Don't do that again." And I turned around, and it was really loud. It was like, I'm like, okay, I go down the slide. And of course, if you know anything about me, I don't always listen to when people tell me to do something. So I climbed back up and I did it again, even though this voice told me, "Don't do that again." And it was that exact tone. "Don't do that again." And I climbed underneath it and my back gave out. And we were there for a couple of hours, but we had just gotten there. I had run around a little bit. I had climbed up to the top of this thing. I went under it. I heard the voice that said, "Don't do that again." I went down the slide. I went over. I went back up. I went down, and my back just gave out. It stiffened up. The muscle seized. I couldn't walk. I couldn't hardly do. I was in so much pain. And for 2 weeks, I was flat on my back. It was awful. But I didn't listen. And it was my guides yelling, "Don't do that. Don't do that again." And I didn't listen. And because I didn't listen, I was in physical pain, holy moly, physical pain for 2 weeks. So I urge you, if you hear that little voice in your head that says, "Go here," or "Turn here," or "Don't do that," or "Choose this instead," please listen, because they know. But you have to have that relationship. I didn't have that relationship yet. That was several years ago. And now I do. Okay. You're charismatic. You are you just love life. You have some energy and some animation about you. You're open to guidance. Now that's huge. That's huge, huge, huge. That you are open to receiving the information. So we say that basically if your eyes are closed, you can't see. So if your third eye is closed, you can't see. You're not open to guidance coming in. And at that point, it wasn't that I wasn't open to it, but I guess you could say I wasn't open to it because I didn't listen. And it was like, I have this thing about authority telling me what to do. I have to have a lot of respect. And here's this strange voice saying, "Don't do that." And I'm like, who are you? I'm out here playing with my kids. Of course I'm going to do that again. So anyway, all right, you're not afraid of death. Death is another journey. There's always this emotion, of course, regarding death, and it's just another stage of life. It's just another stage of your spirit. But anyway, you're not afraid to die. That doesn't mean you're risky. You just accept it as a part of us being on this planet. It's just a part of our spiritual journey and our physical being. Okay? You're not attached to material things. This one's a little bit challenging for a lot of people, including myself, where I like stuff. I love books. I love Harry Potter, and so I get things, I get toys, I get books. So it's liking those things, but being unattached to them to the point of like possessiveness. Okay, so that's what that one means. You have telepathic abilities, so you can communicate, you can understand what people are saying, you can understand what people are thinking or feeling. And again, your telekinetic properties might be feeling, sensing, hearing. I have those mostly as far as as far as emotions go. I remember one time I was at my booth downstate for the meditation room, and this woman came in and we started talking, and if I leaned in within her aura, I could sense that she was trying to not cry, like she was holding back tears. So as soon as I could step in and got within her energy field, I'm like, whoa, like all of a sudden my eyes teared up, like I could feel that tingling behind your eyes. And I'm like, I said, are you trying to hold back tears? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, because I can feel it. And it happens more and more as I'm okay with it. It's kind of like your intuition goes, let's just try this and see, you like that? Or, oh, you're freaked out by it? Okay, and then they back up and disappear. So, but when you're open to it, it tends to kind of come in and try it, and you get different experiences that will show you, is this okay? Is this all right? If I tell her not to do that, how's she going to respond? If I say or show her the emotion of someone else's energy. So you just have to be open and receptive, and things will start changing for you. And you can close it off, and you can turn it down as well if you're not, wanting to walk around and hear other people's thoughts, which I don't either. But you can turn it down and tone it down. You have the control of that energy. It's all about your intention. You are self-fulfilled. So you are not looking to other people to fulfill the things about you. You are not looking to things that you're like, hey, I'm all right. I'm here and I feel pretty good, right? You can make decisions easily. Sometimes that is, I think about something, and so I paint the chakra boxes for the meditation room, right? And a couple of them I paint the tops, but I couldn't figure out the bottoms yet. And I had 3 boxes, and none of the bottoms were painted, none at all. And I'm like, I just don't have an idea yet, so I'm just going to sit with it for a minute. And one of the boxes, the lids come off. There were no hinges. And the lid wasn't fitting right. So I'm like sanding it and trying to figure things out. How am I going to get this to fit right? Because all the other ones fit really well. Well, anyway, and I'm like turning it around and well, because I kept waiting, my intuition was like, don't paint those boxes yet. Don't do it yet. You don't have an idea, so don't do it. And so I didn't. I listened. And because I listened, it took me about 2 weeks to realize or to try the different lids on the different bases. And I realized one of the lids was with the wrong base. That's why it wasn't fitting. And I'm like, if I would have painted those, I now would have had to paint those again or not use this one box because the lid didn't fit right. But because I listened, I now was able to fit. And so all 3 lids fit perfectly on all 3 bases because I had to rearrange them. But so it worked out really well for me to listen. Okay. An overactive third eye, if you picture the third eye as being an eye, that means that it's always open. So it's like this. Always open, always looking around. It's weird, right? You might exhibit behaviors of being proud. Again, here's religiously dogmatic. We saw this one in the throat chakra. You might be overindulgent in fantasy, losing touch with reality. So I won't say it. I was just going to say like the Comic-Con, like some of these kids, they go there and they're dressed up and they act as this character, but sometimes you can kind of sense that this kid does this all the time. So maybe their third eye is just a little bit too open and they could close that a little bit where it's a little bit less over the top. You might have overactive thoughts and mental exhaustion, where you are just taking it in and mulling it over, and just to the point of like, this is crazy. Like, I really need to, take a nap, or maybe insomnia, Clouded judgment, difficulty making simple decisions, lack of focus. Do you know anybody who has lack of focus? Tell them to kind of calm down the third eye, and then maybe that will help them to be a little bit more focused. You might suffer headaches, insomnia, or health sinus issues. Okay. So if you have headaches, that's headaches, migraines, anything that's up in this area, sinus, of course that makes sense. You might want to tone down the third eye. If it's an underactive third eye, which means that the third eye is closed or doesn't open as much, you can't find meaning in your life. Why am I here? And I know how to spell here. I'm not sure why I spelled it like that. It's H-E-R-E. Just want to correct that. Why am I here? What is my purpose on this planet? What am I doing here, right? You might feel a disconnection from source. You might not believe in, because you can't feel the power of. And if you can't feel the power of, then of course you can't believe in it. There's what's there to believe in? What's everybody talking about? So that might make it a little bit more challenging to gain any guidance of intuition if you can't feel the power of it. You might have trouble making decisions. You might feel lost when it comes to your life purpose. Like, I just have no idea what I can do here, what I'm supposed to be doing here, or I just kind of bumble around. And if somebody asks you, you might say, I kind of feel lost. You might be undisciplined, not able to get things done, or you might be undisciplined in all kinds of food, relationships, your bills, your money, your job. I mean, it could be all kinds of areas. You're non-assertive or unassertive. You're weak-willed. You might say you want to do something, but then no action really takes place. You don't really do anything. You're afraid to succeed. You're sensitive to the energies of others. Maybe even schizophrenic. So these are all results of an underactive third eye. So what do we do? Well, just like with all the other chakras, you want them to be balanced. You want them to be just bring in a little bit, but not too much. It's kind of what life is. Isn't life about balance? You can't drink too much pop, or you have this bodily result, right? Or this physical result. You can't drink, or or something like too little of something. You have to eat fruits and vegetables and eat well and get some good protein, but you can't overindulge. So it's the same thing. If we think of our chakras in that same way, they just need to be balanced, not too big, not too small, but balanced with each other, and the spin of how it brings in energy helps to kind of move things along. All right, so let's get to the third eye chakra meditation. Here's a really, really good, I love this. I love all of these, but a really good way to kind of do a mini meditation, I guess. So be aware that your intuition is your ability to know, recognize, and sense all that you need to enjoy a happy, balanced, and fulfilled life. So you have everything that you need in you, in your spiritual DNA, your spiritual makeup, to lead a balanced, a happy, and fulfilled life. So it's pretty cool that the recipe that you need is already there. You just need to tap into it. You just need to open the box and put all the pieces together. Okay? All right, so get comfortable. We're going to start working through the third eye chakra meditation. Okay, so sitting or lying comfortably. Let's do a grounding first. So feel where your body is touching the seat below you or the bed. Feel into your sit points, your touch points. And now picture roots growing from those touch points down into the earth, below breaking through the foundation of the building that you're in. Continuing to grow down through the earth, the crust, the sand, moving around the rocks, pushing down into the planet. With every breath, they go down farther with powerful strength, going all the way down to the center of the planet, wrapping around the core and anchoring you there. And now feeling the Earth's energy and the love from Mother Earth, breathing those roots back up towards where you're sitting or lying. Breathing them in, breathing in the unconditional love, the unconditional energy and support from Mother Earth, back up through the foundation and into the sit bones, or into the touch points, into your body, grounding you to Mother Earth. Now breathing that energy in, I want you to bring it all the way up through the body, stimulating and balancing each of the chakras as it goes. So feeling the root chakra now, as it spins in, cleans and clears it. Balancing the chakra, now moving up to the sacral chakra, the beautiful brilliant orange just below the belly button. Cleaning and clearing and balancing. Breathing it in continuously. Now to the solar plexus just above the belly button. Spinning it, cleaning and clearing and balancing it to the other two. Breathing again now, all the way up to the heart chakra, the green spinning disc, cleaning and clearing and balancing it to the other three. Continuing to breathe, pulling it up through the throat chakra, the beautiful blue, balancing it to the other four, cleaning and clearing any negative energy, any spots that you might see. And now bringing it all the way up to the third eye, right between your eyebrows, seeing this indigo color. I want you to look now and see, is this third eye open? Is it closed? Is it blinking? Just take a moment and ask yourself, what is my third eye doing? It is curious, trying now not to have any resistance. What is my third eye doing? Good. Going to clean and clear it as you see it spinning there. Look real closely. You see any dark spots of energy? Is it too open? Is it closed? I want you to find a medium, a happy medium of this chakra. Now, while that is working, I want you to picture a brilliant white light out in the universe, the vast universe. There is a bright white light, and I want you to grab that light and bring it into the third eye. Breathing it in, bringing it in, right to the third eye, allowing your intuition to be connected to your physical self. Opening this channel just a bit so you can start to experience the powers of psychic abilities and just tapping into your intuition and your guidance and source energy to be able to communicate to you. Just being willing to release the fear of seeing. Just release the fear of seeing. Of seeing the future, seeing the past, seeing the truth, seeing me. Release the fear, allow intuition, come into my physical experience, giving me some guidance, support, solutions to problems, choices, helping me see things better, having a better physical experience. Now what I want you to do is I want you to feel the energy right behind your third eye. Feel the energy right there. Good. Now picture this white light right in front of your third eye. Feel the energy. Put your attention in that area. And where that light is, I want you to recognize that you can walk towards it. That it's actually not in front of you closely, but it's something out in the distance that you have to walk to. And I want you to make a commitment to yourself to walk towards that white light and walk towards it now. Feel yourself getting closer to it. You see now that this white light is coming from a doorway, an open archway, and it is brilliantly lit inside. And right now you know that through this archway is your intuition. Your higher self is waiting for you. Take a deep breath. Know that you have control. Know that you have a choice from now on, going forward. Step through the doorway to meet your higher self. As you walk in, you see this brilliant white light coming towards you. It's very calm, feels like love, feels like truth. And you just hold out your hand, and this white light comes right over and sits on the palm of your hand. And with curiosity, you just look at it, and you just all of a sudden feel this deep connection, this always knowing emotion. You've always known that it was there. And maybe you even remember some times where this intuition, this light, has helped you in the past. But you just didn't know what it was. And now you know. Now you recognize this is what it's been all along. Now you just build this relationship. You say something like, I trust you. I trust your guidance. I trust your support going forward. And as soon as you say that you trust, that you're okay, that you're allowing this intuition to come into your life, to be more clear, to be more powerful, to make itself known, and that you will trust the guidance, it flies off of your hands, and you are then brought back to the awareness of right behind your eyes, feeling the energy of your third eye, knowing that you have a choice, that you have someone out there who's got your back, who's going to guide you, who will be there for you whenever you call upon it. Breathing in now, bringing your awareness to right behind your eyes, feeling your touch points on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and breathing your eyes open. All right, excellent. So I am looking forward to seeing your comments about things that are moving forward, things that you experience moving forward with your intuition. So anything of how you are experiencing your intuition coming in, how does your physical body interpret that energy and that intuition or that message? But please share so all of us can kind of get an inspiration about how things are going with you and how you're using this intuition. So that'll all be exciting. So I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you joining me today, and join me next week for the final chakra chat video, the crown chakra. So we're going to wrap them all up together, and we're going to do a whole balancing and cleaning and clearing of all of them, as well as the information for the crown chakra. So enjoy your week, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Take care.